Hi folks, this message is for the people in Japan. Yeah! From me to you, to the people of Japan. I have a little bit of a criticism for you, I most certainly do. And please don't be offended by it. I have received a lot of messages from people in Japan of all different ages. And what they all tell me basically to the person is that people in Japan do not express their patriotism. And the reason for that is because they don't want to be associated with ultra-conservatives or ultra-liberals who have been allowed to hijack patriotism in your country. And your teachers also, I am told, frown upon any displays of patriotism because if you do make such a display, they associate you with one of those extreme groups. Well, you tell your teachers, Tony, from the United States said, get lost, will you? We're going to show our patriotism. We're going to be proud of our nation because Japan is a marvelous nation to be proud of. Have you noticed in the United States, almost all our politicians wear these little lapel pins of the American flag? Why aren't you wearing them of the Japanese flags? This I ask you. You have so much to be proud of. Your economy is the number 2 economy in the world, right behind the United States. Now, in the United States, we have a big economy because our population is twice the size as yours. We have a big economy because of an enormous land mass we have and because of the abundant natural resources we are blessed with. You don't have that land mass we have. You don't have the natural resources we have, and yet you're number 2. How did that happen? I'll tell you how that happened. It's because of your people. Your people did not need the land mass, did not need those natural resources domestically, and you made your nation the number 2 economic powerhouse in the world, and now you're not going to show pride for that? What is that all about? You have so much to be proud for. The blemish you had in the last century, for about 50 years long, forget about it. You study it, and you make sure you don't repeat those mistakes. And I ask you this, all you good folks in Japan, can you show me any other nation who doesn't have a blemish in their history? I can't find one. And yet many nations throughout the world show pride in their country, who have longer than a 50-year blemish in their history. Be proud of Japan. Be proud of your culture. Be proud of your society. Now, please do not take it to an extreme, because anything in an extreme is no good. All right? All right, folks. We'll see you. God bless you. God bless America. And God bless the nation you happen to be in. See ya. Hi folks. Well, it's a sad time in the Faroe Islands. That floating circus, the cult group Sea Shepherd, they left. They left the Faroe Islands. No more free entertainment. That's it, kids. No more free entertainment for the good people of the Faroe Islands, the descendants of the Vikings. But what the clowns are saying in that floating circus is, our campaign here this summer, Grindstop 2014, we were very successful. That's us. Very successful, and we're most likely coming back next year. Yeah, that's what they're saying. They were successful. To which I have to say, Really? Or as we say in Japan, Majikayo! They were successful, and they were successful. Let us review their successes. One of their successes was they were successful in pilfering food off the ferry to the Faroe Islands. Nobody stopped them. No one got in any trouble for it. So, with that success, they built upon it by stealing beer from a convenience store in the Faroe Islands. See how successful they were? I had that beer, not the actual bottles that they stole, but the brand and the style, the type of beer. And it was good beer. Maybe I would have, no, I wouldn't. They were also successful in stealing toilet paper. They stole toilet paper from a public facility in a town in the Faroe Islands. They did not get caught, but they were able to walk away with that free toilet paper. See how successful they were? They also roughed up a deputy mayor of a neighboring village. Yeah, they roughed them up because they were trying to break into a chain at on the dock at the waterfront. They were successful because they were not charged because the deputy mayor did not have any witnesses. They were also successful in interfering with the grin. No, they did not stop the grin from taking place. 14 of them got arrested, some were fined and subsequently deported. See how successful that was? They were also successful in being charged with animal cruelty because they were distressing dolphins. Well, so why not? The bloodthirsty barbarians of the Faroe Islands are able to slaughter whales, so why shouldn't Sea Shepherd be able to distress dolphins? See, it evens out, kids. You harvest the whales, we stress the dolphins, so says they. One of them was also charged with possession of marijuana. See how successful they were? They were able to get marijuana into the Faroe Islands. Another one was very successful in keeping his automobile on the road, even though he was drunk and zigzagging and was charged with a DWI. Very successful, kids. And they were also successful in, well, they really weren't. They were successful, they claimed, because of the whale harvesting that did not take place. Well, it did take place. It took place because the whales were kind enough to swim into the fjords. There was one whale harvesting, plus there was also 5 bottlenose whales that were beached while Sea Shepherd was sleeping. The whales got sliced up and harvested, and I had some. We had some of that bottlenose meat, and it was good. So Sea Shepherd, you were successful by falling asleep. The reason why there weren't more grins taking place, it wasn't because of Sea Shepherd, it was because the whales did not swim into the fjords. So Sea Shepherd cannot claim that as a success. They were successful in being bored, and they were successful in providing entertainment for the good people of the Faroe Islands. Alright, folks, we'll see you. God bless you. God bless America. God bless the nation you happen to be in. And God bless those good people, the descendants of the Vikings and the Faroe Islands. You need to make a trip there one day. It's worth going. See ya. Hi folks. First I would like to thank His Excellency, Pope Paul the Watson. You know who he is, the fugitive, the cult leader of that floating circus, Sea Shepherd, for continuing to provide me endless material to make these videos. Recently, His Excellency on his Facebook page, he wrote something in reference to a typhoon that's about to hit the nation of Japan. And in this writing, he was wishing that the typhoon slams into Taiji, destroys all the killer boats, and that whole dolphin industry. Yeah, that's what he's wishing, kids. Now, he did not mention anything in reference to injuring humans or killing humans, alright? But we have to take this, folks. If you're wishing for a typhoon to hit to the level that it's going to completely wipe out the boats and the dolphin industry, a natural residual of that is human injury and or casualties. So if you're wishing for A natural result of that will be B. So he didn't wish for it directly, but wishing for A will cause B to happen. But what's insidious about all this is what the minions write below this. And let's review one such writing or two such writings. One person writes, so you really want it to destroy the city? What about the children who live there? And one of the minions replied, and sorry to be blunt, but the children in Tajir are the next generation of murderers. That's it, kids. Let the children be wiped out because they're going to go dolphin hunting when they become adults. So get rid of them now. Let the typhoon wipe out the children. That's who these people are in Sea Shepherd. This is the mindset of the people in Sea Shepherd, their supporters, and their minions. If you're anywhere in those categories, this is what you support. The death of children to save a dolphin. It's pathetic. It's disgusting. That's Sea Shepherd. Alright, folks. We'll see you. God bless you. God bless America. God bless the nation. You happen to be in India, God, please bless the people of Japan, specifically Taiji, and pray that there's no human casualties in reference to this typhoon. See you. Hi, folks. Well, here I am Well, my good friend, I just met him today. My good friend, Charlie Nagatani.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'm Charlie Nagatani, singing country music in Japan.
I'm in the on the island of Kishu, the town of forgot already. Kumamoto, Japan. And this gentleman here is an honorary citizen of 33 states in these here United States of America. He's also a Kentucky colonel, and his band plays fantastic country music. This is his establishment of how long?
Oh, I'm started singing country music way back in 1956. So 80 years now, you know. And in my bar, you know, 38 years.
38. He thinks he's 78 years old. He still got, huh? Anyway, I'm going to sample some of his music, his band for you. Please enjoy it. Alright folks, I hope you enjoyed that. I had to come all the way to Japan to hear some authentic country western music. And I come from Texas too, huh? Alright, hope you enjoyed it. If you're ever in this part of the world, make sure you stop by here. What's the name of the place?
Oh, Good Time Charlie.
Good Times Charlie. That's because this is Charlie. See? Alright, we'll see you. God bless you. God bless America. God bless the nation. You happen to be in?
Oh yes, I've made a lot of good-hearted servicemen while I was praying, you know, for them, you know. And I really love American people. God bless America and God bless Japan.
See ya.
See you.
Hi folks. Here's an article that appeared in the Dallas Morning News. This is the actual article. This article is in reference to the Roman Catholic Pope, Pope Francis, visiting South Korea. That's him, kids. His Excellency, His Holiness, is in South Korea, and he was greeted by the President of South Korea, President Park. What's interesting in this article is something I had no idea that took place. In this article, it mentions that in Korea, they murdered 10,000 Roman Catholics. Yeah, that's what they did. They murdered 10,000 Roman Catholics in the span of about 100 years in the 1800s, most of which took place in 1866. Alright, long time ago, right? Is President Park going to apologize to Pope Francis because her country murdered 10,000 Catholics? I mean, she's always looking for apologies from Japan, and every world leader she meets, she brings up the comfort woman issue, and she'll most likely bring that up to the Pope. And I hope the Pope then returns and says, but wait a minute, what about the 10,000 Catholics your country murdered? Where's that apology? You see, The difference is, when those comfort women were serving as comfort women, they weren't murdered. Those 10,000 Catholics, they were murdered. Another difference is, Japan already apologized. And the South Koreans, some of them are saying, it was not sincere enough. I'm sure the Pontiff, His Holiness, will accept any apology from President Park, and I'm sure he will not return and say, it wasn't sincere enough. President Park, do the right thing, social consistency, and please apologize to His Holiness for your country murdering 10,000 Roman Catholics. Alright, folks, we'll see you. God bless you. God bless America. God bless the nation you happen to be in. And dear God, please bless those 10,000 unfortunate souls who were murdered just because of their faith. See ya. Hi folks. This video is about the evils of political correctness and how it has ruined these here United States of America, and hopefully you will guard your country against a similar invasion by American liberals and American political correctness. This article in the Dallas Morning News, this is it kids, right here. This article is about the Ebola virus, which is taking place here in Dallas, Texas, these here United States of America. And in this article, there's a photograph of one of the public schools, one of four, suspected of possibly being infected with this Ebola virus. This photograph is what's at the heart of political correctness in these here United States of America. Let's look at this photograph. Gee, looks rather innocent. Children seem happy, a regular American school. Really? Look at the sign back there. Let's look at that sign closer. Gee, can you read that? Yeah, you can read that if you can read Spanish. That sign is not in English, it is in Spanish. Now, why would you expect a sign at a public school in these here United States to be in English? We're no longer the great American melting pot. We're a diverse country. We're a balkanized country. That's what the liberals and political correctness brought to this country. These students here are not to identify as being American first. No. They're to identify with their heritage first. Be it their heritage, where they came from, or where their parents came from. That's their identity, and somewhere down the line possibly identify as being Americans. This was a liberal attempt through political correctness to keep this country divided, and they succeeded in not only dividing this country, but destroying this country. Alright folks, we'll see you. God bless you. God bless America that used to be, hopefully will be, but never will be again in the rest of my lifetime. And God bless the nation you happen to be in. And to you folks who are not in the United States, please protect your country from being afflicted with American-style liberalism and political correctness, because it will destroy your country like it has destroyed mine. See ya! Hi folks. Here is an article that appeared in the Dallas Morning News. And this article illustrates how pathetic the liberals are in these here United States of America. They're not contented with living their lifestyle. They want you to live the same lifestyle as theirs. See? Yellowstone Park, a big national park, they're deciding that they're going to expand cellular service and internet service within the park. And the liberals are saying, oh no you don't. You don't need to expand cell service or internet service in the park. What are you doing looking at that stuff when you got the natural beauty around you? That's what you need to look at, because that's what we look at. Yeah! If they do it, you better do it. There's a The group that's promoting this ignorance is a group, I think it's in Washington, D.C. Let's read what they put on their website in reference to this issue. The name of the group goes by the acronym PEER, standing for Protecting Employees Who Protect Our Environment. Isn't that nice? They all want to protect everything. And they wrote on their website this. This will only help visitors avoid Yellowstone's natural wonders by keeping their noses buried in ever-present and ever more engrossing devices. You see, that's what's going to happen if they increase internet service. You would keep your face buried in some sort of electronic device. And you better not do that. There's beautiful scenery. You better look at it because we look at it. We don't look at electronic devices, and you better not. That's liberals in these United States of America. They're not happy with living the life that they chose to live. They want you to live the life that they demand that you live. See? That's America, kids. All right. We'll see you. God bless you. God bless America. And God bless the nation you happen to be in. See ya. Hi folks. Recently I was in California with some of my Japanese friends from Japan. And the day we left the same day, but they left something like 4 hours before my flight. So I had a 4-hour stay at the airport. Well, 2 Japanese flight attendants, young ladies, they knew I was going to be at the airport for about 4 hours, so they decided to stay with me. So I spent the 4 hours with these lovely ladies, and I appreciate them very much for being there. I received this from while the ladies were there. I was given this gift, like this nice little case, and this blue thing on top. The reason for that was she placed it there, so in case I put it in the overhead and there just happened to be another case like this, it would be easily identified. That's the Japanese. Very thorough, very efficient. Let's look together what's in this huge case. Oh, it's like some sort of an onion treat. Then here's my favorite, Maji chocolate covered almonds with a note on here. I have to read. Another Japanese treat. More matcha chocolate, Oh, these are wonderful. Have you ever had these? No, I don't have to say this is wonderful because we all know it is. Some more chocolate. Look at this. the way it's packed, it's chocolate. More. Son of a gun. This is me, kids. Fat Tony. Oh, dark chocolate. Then we got the, look, the Maji, the Maji chocolate bars. Chocolate on a stick. This type of chocolate is good, the strawberry chocolate. Then I've got notes in here I've got to open up in private. It's none of your business, I'll show you the candy, but the private stuff stays private. There it is. See? All this, mine. To the lovely young ladies out at the airport and for this wonderful gift, domo arigato gozaimasu. I'm a very blessed and fortunate man. All right, folks. We'll see you. God bless you. God bless America. God bless the nation you happen to be in. God bless Nihonkoku, Japan, the land of the rising sun, and all the wonderful friends I'm blessed to have. See ya. Hi folks. There is a gentleman named Julian Blanc and he works for Real Social Dynamics. And Mr. Block is creating quite a controversy across many continents. That's it, kids. Controversial. He's a motivational speaker, or better yet, he speaks at conferences advising young men on how to attract the opposite sex. And the way he does it in these conferences is rather crude and demeaning towards women. It's not socially acceptable. The words that he uses and the tactics he urges these young men to employ in pursuit of the opposite sex. As a result of his crudeness and his demeaning of the opposite sex, I think they threw him out of Australia. They're looking to ban him in the United Kingdom and in Canada. And there's a petition in Japan because he has a conference in Japan the middle of January. That's it, kids. Gee, I wonder if his conference, How to Attract Women. And he says that being a white man in Tokyo, why it's easy to attract women, and then he makes a few vulgar gestures on what to do with the women. Now, let me tell you something. See the color of my skin? I've been in Tokyo many times. How about I give you some advice on how to attract Japanese women in Tokyo? He charges around $2,000 to attend this conference. Gee, I'll charge you $500, $1,000, half the price, and you and I'll give you the advice on how to attract women in Tokyo. Or how about we do this? I'll give you some advice now, just a tidbit of it. When you come across women in Tokyo, Japanese women that you find attractive or that you desire to date, you know how you're going to attract them? With respect. Treat them with honor, both as individuals, as women, and the culture that they come from. Be upbeat, be humorous, be positive. And most of all, as I said, treat them gently and treat them with respect. Then you'll have no problem with the woman in Tokyo. Come to think of it, I think that formula will work in any city around the world. And now how much did that just cost you? You all owe me $500 each, so send it to me. Now getting back to this gentleman. They want to block him, they want to prohibit him from coming into the countries. I say let him hold his conferences. Let the suckers pay the $2,000. And this conference that's going to take place in, I think it's Tokyo in January, the middle of January, so be it. Let it happen. Forget the petition. This is what you do. You go outside the front door of the conference and you photograph everyone who walks in and you photograph everyone who walks out. You post those photographs on social media to let the women in Japan know these are the gentlemen who attended this conference. Now you make your decision whether you find them attractive or whether you want to date them or not. See, they're engaging in free speech. You engage in freedom of expression. And who wins here? Freedom wins. Very simple. All right, folks. We'll see you. God bless you. God bless America. And God bless the nation you happen to be in. And send my $500 too. Let's see. Hi folks. Here was an article that appeared in the New York Times. This is it, kids. The actual article from the New York Times. This article is in reference to this gentleman photographed in this picture. He lives in Hokkaido, a northern island of Japan, in the northern part of Hokkaido, and he recently come across some graves, and the bones identified in these graves were Koreans. He says they're Koreans from the Second World War. They were forced laborers. They were forced into working for the Japanese. They died, and that's where their bones are. I'm not going to debate whether that's factual or not. That's not the purpose of this video. But he was going to put a memorial to these Koreans in this area where the bones were located. And all of a sudden, according to this New York Times article, written by the New York Times Tokyo Bureau Chief, Martin Fackler, he received criticism. he received hate mail and emails and a lot of phone calls. Oh, he was being bombarded with criticism that he had to delay the project. Yeah, and you know who he was receiving all this criticism from? A group of Japanese on the internet, and they're called the Net Right. That's who did. And there's a couple of thousand of them, according to this article, who harassed him, bombarded him. And the reason why this group was given, how can you say, more energy, they received a lot of energy recently, was because the election of the Prime Minister, Shinzo Abe. Yeah, anything goes wrong, according to these leftists in the New York Times, in Japan, well, it has to be because of the Prime Minister, because he's conservative. Just like here in the United States when President Bush was in office. If there were sunspots on the sun, George Bush! If a hurricane hit Tasmania, George Bush! Yeah! And that's what these what these leftists are doing with the Prime Minister of Japan. So he writes about that group, how it's responsible for harassing this gentleman. Let's look for a little balance here. In South Korea, there's a group also of net citizens, and they're called VANK, V-A-N-K. There's not 2,000 of them. 75,000. Could you say that? And you want to know who else was recently attacked by them? Me! They continually tried to breach the security of my Facebook page, and they were successful at one time. I received thousands of hateful messages from them, many of which were death threats, all of which almost began with the letters F-U. Well, not the letters, the full word. I don't say anything about Vank in here, but he goes on to write about how the Koreans are being picked on in Japan. Why in Nagasaki? Yeah, Nagasaki, where the second atomic bomb was dropped. In Nagasaki, some Koreans also were victims of that bomb. And he says here that the city had to delay putting up a monument to those Koreans. He wrote that right here, kids. Well, sheesh. Then I must be hallucinating. Or either that or this article was written before 1976. Because I was in Nagasaki. I was at the Peace Park. I was there last year, 2013. And guess what I saw? A monument placed there to memorialize the Koreans who perished when that bomb was dropped. It was easily to be discovered by Mr. Fackler here had he gone to the city's website. And it was right there. It didn't take much research to locate it. In addition to that monument, when you walk into the museum, there's dedication to those Korean victims also. So what is he writing about here? The New York Times is a discredited organization, and everyone should view it as such. It's a shame that it has influence in this country among the other discredited people. Alright, folks. We'll see you. God bless you. God bless America. God bless the nation you happen to be in. God bless our good friends and trusted allies and the land of the rising sun, Nihon, Japan. See ya. Hi folks. Well, there's a lot of jubilation taking place on the part of Koreans who live on the west coast of these United States of America, and I'm sure in South Korea also. And the jubilation stems from this hunk of junk. Yeah, that's it, kids. The Comfort Woman statue. According to Google TV, or whatever they call the name of it, that on the 21st of October, the City Council in Orange County, California, the city of Fullerton, passed a measure 3-2 to erect a Comfort Woman statue on city property somewhere. So they're happy about it. We're going to have another memorial to the Comfort Woman issue, not only in Glendale, but in Fullerton. Yeah, they're very happy. And news spread throughout the internet and social media. And they're also now collecting money, raising money to pay for the statue. That was approved on the 21st of October by the City Council in Fullerton, California. Well, I communicated with a reporter in Orange County, California, and he tells me that no such vote was taken at the city council. There is no planned statue for that city by the city government. Really? Nah. Why would they tell such a fib, so thought I. So what I did, I got a hold of the minutes to the October 21st Fullerton City Council meeting. Right here, kids. And I read it, and you know what's missing? Any vote by the City Council in reference to the comfort women issue. I can't find it in here. Did they leave it out? Are they trying to hide it from the public? The city fathers, the city leaders there? What are they trying to hide? No, they're not hiding anything. By it not being here, they're exposing something. That somebody misrepresented the truth, told a lie. That's what somebody did here. Now, why would they do that? Is it so they could get money? Or is it so they could boast, see, we're going to have 2 statues in California, yay. Really? I don't know where the second one is, but so far it's not in Fullerton. So if they're telling a lie about this, what else do they lie about? Don't get me to excuse me, not lie. What other truths do they misrepresent? What other hallucinations are they engaged in? See? City of Fullerton. All right, folks. We'll see you. God bless you. God bless America. God bless the nation you happen to be in. And God bless those suckers who are donating money to put up a statue that's not being put up. See ya. Hi folks, welcome to another video in the series of Why I Love Japan. This is a railroad station in Osaka, and as the train's pulling in, yes, notice the beauty of the train, but look at the tracks and the station. It's spotless, it's clean. You don't see soda cans, you don't see newspapers, any of the traditional that we're used to seeing in our train stations in these here United States of America. Now, it doesn't only stop there. In the same station, the Osaka station, the bullet train is coming in from Tokyo. Now, I say that when the front of the train reached Osaka, the back of the train was still in Tokyo. See if you don't agree with me. 'Shazam! That is going to be the longest train I ever did see. Now, in Japan, they have what's the 7-Eleven convenience stores, such as we have here in the United States. As a matter of fact, it is owned now by the Japanese. And when I went into this store, I noticed something upon exiting that I'm wondering if you noticed. I noticed what I did not notice. Did you see here? Look at this. Are you noticing something that you do not notice? Well, let me help you out. Let's now go into, let me compare that with an American 7-Eleven. And I'm going to show you the exit door, the exiting from American 7-Eleven as well as a Japanese 7-Eleven, and see if you can notice the difference. What makes it different? See, that's what makes it different. They don't have those measurement strips on the exit doors at 7-Elevens in Japan. It is not necessary. They don't have to go overboard in protecting against criminal activity, because Tokyo, being one of the largest cities in the world, is also one of the safest cities in the world. That's why I love Japan. All right, folks. We'll see you. God bless you. God bless America. God bless the nation you happen to be. And God bless our good friends and trusted allies in the land of the rising sun, Nihon, Japan. See ya. Matane.
La